Speaking of making sure to scare the right person, there was this girl I met up in college, but then she moved away and I kept going to school. Every time I drove near her area, I would take her to breakfast or the movies or whatever. I joked several times that I should just date her. Did you catch that? Because I spent by far more money on her than any other girl I ever knew. A particular movie came out and I wanted to take her to see it. It was a show about aliens. I am not a fan of alien movies for one specific reason. The guy who directed E.T., Steven Spielberg, made another movie before that. In that movie, a guy goes crazy and builds a peculiar mountain out of mashed potatoes. But that's not the part that scared the shit out of me. I was a little kid the first time I saw this movie. In the middle of the movie, a little kid's toys all turn on in the middle of the night, waking him up. Throughout the house, all kinds of appliances are going berserk. The kid thinks it's funny and heads to the back door. The mom wakes up. Everything in the house is acting funny. She goes to look for her kid. She finds him at the back door. Laughing, the little kid goes through the doggy door. The mom dives for her kid. She grabs her kid's limbs, arms, legs, who knows? Who cares at this point? There's a tug of war between the mom and the aliens. The mom loses and the kid gets pulled away from her. She can't get out of the house. All the stuff in the house is still going crazy. Suddenly, it all stops. The mom gets through the door. She runs through a field chasing bizarre lights over the clouds moving away from her. Stuff of crazy go nuts nightmares. Gee, thanks, Steven Spielberg. In my late 20s, I bought Spielberg's horror film to get over my fears. I chose to watch it at night in the basement of all places. What was I thinking? The moment the movie started going, an unexplainable flash of light filled the room and vanished. It was probably a car or something, but it scared me to death. I desperately wanted to turn the movie off, but I was so terrified that my butt was glued to the chair. I spent the next 2 hours freaking out on every level. The little kid abduction part, holy shit. I couldn't move until the credits rolled past and the intro scene showed up again. This whole overcoming your fears BS, I'm no good at it anyway. My kids still laugh at me when I try to watch that movie. So why did I want to take my favorite girl to watch an aliens movie? Duh, to spend some time with the girl. During dinner, I teased my friend about the movie. I told her that I couldn't wait to see her get scared. I was secretly trying to build myself up for it. It didn't work at all. We got to the theater, got the tickets, found our seats. The moment the movie began, my heart started racing, my breathing quickened and became shallow, and it didn't let up until the movie was over. At one particularly shocking point of that movie, my wife still swears that I jumped so high, did you catch that? That I kicked the guy in front of me in the head. I still think that guy would have said something if I had kicked him in the head, unless he got as scared as I did and thought that getting whacked in the head was just part of the movie. Talk about special effects. That terror movie was over and we went back to the car. My BFF friend girl made fun of me for getting so scared. Oh, but the fun wasn't over yet. You see, cell phones had come out with a new feature. It was called vibrate mode. Well, guess who turned his phone to vibrate mode like a boss before the movie started? And guess who forgot to take it off vibrate mode? I was still driving my favorite girl back to her house. We had stopped at a red light, thank goodness, and we were still talking about how scared I got during the movie. Guess what happened? My cell phone in my pocket vibrated. I literally thought that an alien had reached around from the back seat and grabbed my leg. I screamed so loud that my future wife screamed too. I jumped so high that I slammed my head into the roof of the car. The car jolted forward a little, but I found the brake pedal again. Of course I had to explain what happened, and when I did, my BFF friend girl couldn't stop laughing until I got her home. She probably kept laughing after that. I went home that night and I couldn't go down into the basement. I kept seeing alien arms and legs sticking out of doorways and around corners all over the house. I slept on the couch upstairs. If you can call waiting to be abducted sleeping. I hate alien movies. Does that keep me from watching them? No.